Soul Screen here. Welcome back to the channel where we talk K-dramas like friends who just met at a cafe and somehow ended up debating chaebol romances for hours. If you love behind-the-scenes news, first-look reactions, and a little bit of honest fangirling mixed with real opinions, you're in the right place. Now let's talk about a drama that already decided to start strong, loud, and slightly unhinged in the best way possible. So the news just dropped about Positively Yours. And honestly, I was not ready for how chaotic this first meeting already sounds. We're talking about Yeon Seo unexpectedly pinching Choi Jin Hyuk's cheeks at their very first encounter. Not a gentle smile, not a polite introduction, not even a classic accidental spill and apology. No, she straight up pinches his cheeks like he's her boyfriend at a VIP party, before they even know who each other is. If that's not a bold opening move for a rom-com, I don't know what is. Positively Yours is based on a popular webtoon, so a lot of fans already know the general direction of the story, but seeing these moments come to life in drama form hits differently. The premise itself is already spicy in a quiet, realistic way. A man and a woman who both swore off marriage, one night of bad judgment, and consequences that neither of them planned for. It's not trying to reinvent the rom-com wheel, but it's leaning into the emotional messiness that comes after choices we thought wouldn't matter. Choi Jin Hyuk plays Kang Do-jun, the CEO of Taehan Liquor, a second-generation chaebol who seems to have everything. Money, status, power, the kind of confidence that usually comes with tailored suits and private rooms at VIP parties. On the other side, we have Yeon Seo as Jang Hae-won, the youngest manager on Taehan Liquor's new product development team. She's perfect at work, literally scoring 100 out of 100, but completely lost when it comes to love. And I already love that contrast, because it feels very real. How many of us are amazing at our jobs, but absolutely clueless in relationships? Now let's talk about that first encounter, because this is where the drama already starts playing with expectations. The stills show them at an exclusive VIP party, dressed impeccably. Everything about the setting screams elegance, restraint, and social rules. And then Hee-won just throws all of that out the window. She pinches Do-jun's cheeks as if he were her lover. And the best part is that neither of them knows who the other is yet. There's something oddly intimate and completely inappropriate about that gesture, and that's exactly why it works. Personally, I love when rom-coms open with a moment that immediately defines the tone of the relationship. This isn't going to be a slow, polite, we misunderstood each other because of a small mistake kind of story. This is messy, awkward, and a little bit unhinged. And honestly, those are often the romances that stick with us the longest. One still shows Do-jun looking visibly irritated, and Choi Jin Hyuk does irritated very well. That controlled annoyance, the kind where you can tell the character is used to being respected and obeyed, and suddenly someone crosses a line without fear. His expression alone already tells a story. You can almost hear his internal monologue asking who this woman is and why she's touching his face like that. Then there's another still where his suit looks soaked, hinting that Hee-won may have spilled wine on him. If that's true, then this first meeting just escalated from awkward to disastrous. And again, I love that. Because first impressions matter so much in real life, and this drama is basically saying, what if your first impression of someone is so bad that you're convinced you'll never see them again, only for fate to laugh in your face later? What really stands out to me is the enemies to lovers energy already radiating from these stills. Even before the one-night mistake, even before emotions get involved, there's already tension. Not the quiet, longing kind, but the sharp, clashing kind. And that kind of chemistry often leads to the most entertaining dialogues, the most heated arguments, and eventually the most satisfying emotional payoffs. Now let me share my personal take on this pairing. Choi Jin Hyuk and Yeon Seo is not the most obvious casting choice, but that's exactly why it works for me. Choi Jin Hyuk has this mature, grounded presence. He often plays characters who are calm on the surface but intense underneath. Yeon Seo, on the other hand, excels at playing characters who appear confident and capable, but have emotional blind spots. Put those two together, and you get a dynamic where neither dominates the other completely. I also appreciate that Hee-won is introduced as someone who is incredibly competent at work. Too often, female leads in rom-coms are defined by their romantic failures alone. Here, her zero in love doesn't cancel out her perfect score at work. It just makes her human. And that cheek-pinching moment? It already hints that she's not as restrained or predictable as her professional image suggests. Let's talk about that one-night stand aspect for a moment, because this is where I think Positively Yours has the potential to stand out. One-night stands in dramas are often treated as either purely romantic destiny or purely scandal. This story seems to be leaning into the consequences instead. Two people who thought they had their lives figured out, who thought they knew what they wanted, suddenly have to deal with a choice that changes everything. And I'm really curious how the drama will balance comedy with emotional weight. The cheek-pinching, the spilled wine, the irritated expressions, all of that promises comedy. But underneath that, there's a story about responsibility, fear, and vulnerability, especially for characters who have sworn off marriage. That decision usually comes from somewhere. Disappointment, trauma, disillusionment. I hope the drama takes the time to explore that instead of just using it as a plot device. Another thing I want to ask you all is this. How important is a first meeting in a romance drama for you? Do you prefer dramatic, chaotic first encounters like this? Or do you lean more towards subtle, emotionally charged introductions? For me, a chaotic first meeting like this immediately hooks my attention because it tells me the writers are not afraid to let their characters be flawed and embarrassing. Also, let's be honest. If someone pinched your cheeks at a VIP party, would you be offended, confused, or secretly intrigued? Because I feel like Doojun is probably experiencing all three at once. And that emotional confusion is fertile ground for a romance story. The fact that this moment happens before they even know each other's identities adds another layer of irony. Imagine later realizing that the person who humiliated you, annoyed you, or completely threw you off balance is actually someone you now have to work with or face regularly. That's the kind of dramatic irony that keeps viewers coming back week after week. Positively Yours is set to premiere on January 17th and will be available on Viki, which makes it accessible to a global audience. And I think this is the kind of drama that will generate a lot of discussion, especially among viewers who are familiar with the webtoon. Adaptations always come with expectations. Some fans want loyalty to the original, others want fresh interpretations. This cheek-pinching scene already feels like a visual moment designed to spark conversation. From a retention point of view, this drama knows exactly what it's doing. Start with chaos, introduce strong personalities, hint at a life-altering mistake, and let curiosity do the rest. Will they hate each other? Will they deny their attraction? How long before feelings complicate everything? These are questions viewers will naturally want answers to. Personally, I'm cautiously optimistic. I've seen too many rom-coms with strong starts lose momentum halfway through. But with a cast like this and a source material that already has a loyal fan base, Positively Yours has a solid foundation. What will make or break it is how honestly it handles the emotional consequences of that one night and how much growth we see in both characters. Before we wrap this up, I want to hear from you. Are you excited about Positively Yours? What was your reaction when you read about that cheek-pinching first encounter? Does it make you more curious? Or do you think it's too over the top? And if you've read the webtoon, what are you hoping the drama keeps or changes? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I'll be reading them and responding. If you enjoy these kinds of deep dive discussions and first reaction takes, make sure you're subscribed to Soul Screen. We're just getting started, and January is already looking packed with dramas worth talking about.